Was it a dirty move? What everybody's talking about. Let's get into it. Coming up next. What is going on, everybody? All right, video number 3, and this will be the last one for the day because I'm not going to lie to you, I'm wore out. All right, so basically what everybody wants to talk about is the 2 moves at the end of the race. Were they dirty? Let's start off with the Chase Elliott, Corey LaJoie one first. In case you didn't see it, Chase Elliott throws a block late on Corey LaJoie. Corey LaJoie was kind of there, but it was on the last lap. It's kind of one of those deals where you're going for it, especially with this point system. So if you put yourself in the shoes of Chase Elliott, what would you do in that situation? Would you just let a guy go by on the high side on the last lap to beat you? No, I don't think you will. So I don't really see where Chase Elliott did anything wrong there. Was the block late? Yes, but it's a super speedway. These moves happen fast. So you had to get in there. You had to do something. You couldn't just let the guy pass you. So 100% from Corey LaJoie's perspective, from Chase Elliott's perspective, I understand what you do there. Now, if you're Corey LaJoie, from your perspective, what do you think about the block? Well, in Corey LaJoie's own words, he wasn't upset with it. He totally understood the move. And of course, if you're Corey LaJoie in that situation, what would you have done different? Well, you had the run, and there's one of 2 things you can do. Corey LaJoie kept drifting up high, trying to squeeze in onto the outside. The other move, of course, is the classic just don't lift. We saw that with Brad Keselowski and Carl Edwards, right? You just don't lift and you wreck the guy in front of you. Austin Dillon, Eric Almirola, same situation where you just don't lift and you wreck the guy in front of you. And I think 100% that's not the worst move in the world either. It's not safe, but you know I can understand the move too. The guy blocked you late. Just hold your line and keep driving. I can totally understand that too. But like I said, it's not safe. So I think in the back of his mind it was, in that situation, I don't want to wreck the hometown favorite, the most popular driver on the last lap. I think some of that came into play too. So he just kept going up instead of just holding the throttle down and driving through Chase Elliott when he threw the late block. So from that perspective, I understand both of them. And do I think this was a dirty move? I don't think it was a dirty move at all, but let me know down in the comments below what you thought about Chase Elliott throwing that late block to Corey LaJoie. Was it dirty? Was it clean? What were you guys' thoughts on the matter? All right, the other move is not as cut and dry. With a few laps to go, Ross Chastain gets into Denny Hamlin once again. Now, it looked like he was just trying to get up to his right rear or his left rear quarter panel and sort of drag him back down so he wouldn't lose position. But it looked like once he got up there, he got into that pocket of air and the car pushed up. You see it all the time on super speedways, honestly. So to me, it was just a racing incident. You've seen this happen a million times, but the problem is it was Ross Chastain and Denny Hamlin. So a bigger deal was made out of it. Do I think there was intent to wreck somebody there? I don't think there was intent to wreck somebody there, but somebody definitely got wrecked. So a big hubbub was made about it, but to me, it was just a racing incident. Now, I know it's Ross Chastain. He's not going to get the benefit of the doubt, but to me, it was a racing incident, and Ross Chastain is overly aggressive. That's how he drives, but we have seen a lot of people who drive like that, and to be honest with you, not the talent-wise, because there will never be another Dale Earnhardt, but Ross Chastain honestly reminds me of Dale Earnhardt when he was driving the 2 car. It reminds me of Dale Earnhardt when he was driving the 15 car, and very early on when he was driving that number 3 Wrangler car, Dale Earnhardt was very aggressive and much in the same manner, and he got much the same criticism. So I didn't understand the criticism coming from certain people like Jeff Burton, who have spoke glowingly about Dale Earnhardt, but when Ross Chastain doesn't, I guess recency bias, he doesn't get the same benefit of the doubt. But that is actually the next point I want to get into. Before I get into the next point, I actually wanted to mention, Denny Hamlin did the exact same thing to Ross Chastain in stage 1. Ross Chastain just happened to catch his car. So it was sort of, if you think it's a dirty move, then you gotta criticize both drivers, because actually both drivers made the same move at different points in the race. The only difference, of course, Ross Chastain caught his car. Denny Hamlin was not able to collect his car and caused a big wreck. But anyway, what I wanted to get into is both of these moves are looked at differently because of the driver. The Chase Elliott move is looked at basically as just a guy trying to win the race. However, if it had been Ross Chastain, Joey Logano, Kyle Busch, if they had made that move, a lot of people would have seen it as a dirty move just because of who the driver is. And I think that is a big point to look at. Now, I just said it with the Denny Hamlin and Ross Chastain thing. It is looked at as a dirty move because Ross Chastain did it, right? But if you look back earlier in the race, like I just said, Denny Hamlin basically did the exact same thing to Ross Chastain, and nobody judged Denny Hamlin for doing it. In fact, all they said in the broadcast was, Denny Hamlin's not going to cut him any slack. So that is basically the difference I wanted to point out. You see, when Ross Chastain, Joey Logano, Kyle Busch, when guys like that do something, it is automatically considered dirty because that is the narrative that basically USA, NBC, Fox wants you to believe, right? These guys are dirty drivers, are too aggressive, but when another driver does basically the exact same thing because he's got a reputation as a good, clean driver, oh, that's okay, he's just racing for the win, he's not cutting this guy no slack. It's just very interesting how these things are interpreted, and that's just basically the way I saw it. I didn't think either one of these moves were dirty. I thought they were unfortunate because cars got tore up, but I didn't think either one of these moves were dirty. I thought it was just guys going for it at the end of the race. All right, that's all I got for you. Let me know down in the comments what you thought about it. If you made it this far, feel free to subscribe. It helps out the channel, and I really, really appreciate it, guys. And other than that, thanks for your time. Peace.